Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Monday live, um, talking about immigration, answering your questions. Things have happened this week, lots of interesting things, crazy as usual, but we're here every Monday to answer your questions, to talk about what's happening. Two big things happened in the last couple of days. One, just today, the Supreme Court essentially allows the Trump administration to proceed with detaining people in California based on their race, accent. You know, it's going to be crazy. Expect more detention from U.S. citizens will be detained more, and there's going to be a lot more people in the jails as a result. And the second thing that happened on the weekend is that the Board of Immigration Appeals came up with a ruling that says if you came here without inspection, we will not give you bond. You will be detained until further notice, which is a big deal because, if you're fighting your deportation case, you hope that there's going to be some due process. Maybe you're going to be getting a bond. Well, no, they're going to be keeping more and more people in detention because of this ruling. And again, this morning, I woke up to another ruling, which is the fact that if you are in California, but it's going to be expanded probably to other states, if you look like you have a brown color or you have an accent, like I could be detained, right? I have an accent, I could be detained, right, based on this policy. So anyway, this is where we are with this. And let me see here. Right there. So I put also the form here. If you guys are on TikTok, you can use this form to get in touch with us. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what questions we have. Let me know where you're from. This show is for you guys. So yeah, drop your questions. But we have a lot more to talk about because, like I said, I feel like more and more people are exposed right now. Whether you're in California or in any other state, people are worried that even U.S. citizens, right, green card holders. Let's see here. No voice. Oh wow. Hmm. Let's see here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is for TikTok. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me. I think on YouTube you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? This is not good. All right, let me exit and I'll be back. I'll be back. All right. It seems like all right. Okay, you guys can hear me here, but apparently people on TikTok they were not able to listen. So hopefully this was resolved. So we'll see. And also what happened is that today, EB1, the EB1 category, is they announced that there's no visas to issue if you're here on an EB1. Let me see here. Can you guys hear me on TikTok? Let me see here. If you're watching this on TikTok, let me know if you can hear me. Yara? Yeah, can you hear me? I'm doing pretty good. Oh, thanks, guy. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks, Ella. I appreciate it. Some people on. Oh yeah, now you do. Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. Some people are saying they couldn't hear me on TikTok, but now we're good. All right, thanks, guys. All right, now we're back. So just so people understand, there's three things that I'm gonna let you ask the question, Yara, but I'm gonna let people know that they missed it on TikTok before. So three things happened. We had the ruling from the court on Friday that said that if you came here illegally, you will not have bond. Today we had the ruling that they can continue with enforcement in California based on race, color of your skin, your voice, your accent. And then we have also new rules where immigration officers can now arrest people at interviews without ICE. But I'll get into it more into the live. So make sure that if you guys are here, I'll talk about it more and share the live with more people that can hear. Yara, what is your question? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to move the case yourself. Once you change your address, immigration will determine where your case will be adjudicated. Does it make sense? You don't have to do anything. You just have to update your address. Um, it's yeah, it's hard for me to tell you exactly how long it's going to take because these, like I said, the processing times they fluctuate. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I can't really tell you because we'll have to look at the processing times. Mhm. You know why? They remove the processing time from the system because they don't want to commit to their time themselves because they're not sure if it's even going to be legit. You know, that's the reason. So we don't. I never rely on that. Just so you know. I mean, the maximum time. I mean, like I said, it's definitely over a year in this, in this processing for sure. Right now, you're probably not that far from the end, to be honest. You're probably not far from adjudicating your case. Okay. All right. Thanks, Yara. Appreciate it. And like I said, the last thing that happened today is EB1 is not, they don't issue visas anymore until October. And that's the reason why I wanted to do the live as well, in addition to what we do every week, is because people are concerned about this. Like Bridget, I'm applying for my EB1 from the US after approval. Is it a must? I go back home for the visa. So remember, if you are applying for the green card from inside the thanks, Moras, from inside the United States, the only reason why you have to go back home is because A, you don't have status here, or B, because the visas are not available and you have to go back home to change your status, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get more people to join the live, and if you want to join the live on YouTube, then the link is here. And you can join on YouTube. The link is here. Yeah. What's your name? Kamran?
Yeah, Cameron.
Okay. What is your what's your question? And where are you from?
I'm from Iraq. I'm North Iraq. I'm
Okay.
Kurd. Yeah, so I'm a DV lottery winner.
Okay.
So my interview is in October 27th,
Okay.
28th.
All right.
So I have a little issue. So
Okay.
I'm afraid to face an interview, and that's that I have been removed or deported from
Okay.
a country, another country.
Okay.
So the removal of that country is was like I get caught on the border between Turkey and Greek.
Okay.
So the Turkish authority just they deport me and send me back to the country.
Okay.
So the question is if that's gonna affect on my application because I'm removed from another country. It was the last year, September
Yeah.
2024.
I think it, whether it's going to impact or not, it really depends on the officers. I think what you're going to have to do is you have to
Yeah,
make sure. Did you hear what I said?
yeah, no, well, still back.
No, what I said is that you know it's going to be important for you to disclose that when you get to the point where they have to make a decision, because if you don't disclose a previous removal from another country or any incident that happened to you in another country, they will look at it as misrepresentation. Do you see what I'm saying? So, um,
Administrative process like I go through.
correct,
Uh,
correct. So as long as you disclose
the
it,
thing is,
yeah,
I clarified my DS to 60
okay.
when I was filling the application,
You
and I
did
told what
clarify,
I
right?
told you. Yeah, and I said what I told you. And the thing is, my previous passport's been like I lost it,
Okay,
but I have a picture of it. And the new passport that I have, there was some spelling mistakes inside my passport, so I changed it.
okay.
So that's what I have. It's kind of different than the other one. In the other one, I lost it, but I had a picture of it in my phone. I have saved. Like,
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. What I mean is that you asked me if it's going to impact it. So just because you were removed doesn't mean that you're barred from the U.S. or anything, or it's going to impact your green card. But the fact that you're going to disclose it, then they're going to weigh and see how bad it is for their for the overall picture. But just because it happened to you doesn't mean that you're not going to get your green card. Does it make sense?
well, yeah, that really makes sense. But well, I'm afraid of refusal.
No,
Like
of course, of course.
I
But
well, let me make that clear to you, sir. I I did not like I did not stay in Turkish like for so long.
yeah,
Like they would just ask for a court record. I read it from that country.
yeah. No,
Okay,
no.
and in their rules, like you should stay like over maybe 6 months at least.
Yeah,
I haven't stayed that much,
right.
so
Well, I mean, like I said,
it's
the two different things that we're talking about. We're talking about whether you complied with your stay in those countries and whether the removal is going to impact the United States, your future in the United States. I don't think it will. But if you don't disclose it and you deny that it happened, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Which I don't think you did. You mentioned it on the DS.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and I told them it actually happens to me.
Okay. No, so I think it should be
So,
fine. I think it should be fine in this case.
uh, so,
Okay.
so
And if there's any issues, let
I
me
have
know.
well, yeah. Soon as when I go to my interview, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Thanks a lot.
when I go once I go to my interview, absolutely,
Okay.
I have to enter the information where about the
All right. And like I said, if anything happens at that point, then just let me know. Um, all right, let's see. We have and also guys, there's a form that I pinned at the bottom of the screen here on TikTok. If you want to get in touch with me, use that form or use the phone number um, in my bio. You can send me a text from that number. And also, if you're watching here, The number is right here, and also here at the screen. You can use it to get in touch. All right, and we have
Hello?
what's
Hello?
yeah? What is your
Hi,
name?
hi, Jacob.
Okay,
My
what's your
name
name?
is Azar. I have a question that my Azar.
Nice to meet you, Azar. Of
So my I-7, thank you for everything you're doing. So my
course.
I-751 was denied back last year in 2024.
Okay.
They said that I failed to submit mental health evaluation. So then I hired new attorney and he submitted motion to reopen, and then they reopened my I-751, and he also requested that to consider my I-751 under divorce and as well as abuse, right?
Okay.
So once they reopened it, my attorney who submitted my motion to reopen, he is pushing me to file for F400, which I am scared to file. So I wanted to
He's,
get advice on
he's
that.
pushing
Is
you
this
for what?
okay? Should I go ahead or not?
He's pushing you to file what?
And 400 file for this. And
Oh,
400.
I see. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. That's actually a good point. So basically, this person has some issues with their 751. You're going through an amendment based on abuse. That case is still pending, and now the attorney is pushing him to do some. The reason I don't recommend it is because when they go back to your 751 and they're going to try to go over what happened, um, the case will be
Mm-hmm.
essentially, they'll put it into investigation, further review, and then now your citizenship will be further review, and then this case will further review. It's the same. It's essentially going to be um, um,
The
in
I-751 is
limbo.
currently pending.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's what I'm saying. That
It,
both of
it
them,
was denied initially.
and you have a new one. That's what I'm saying. So the new one is going to be in limbo if you file for citizenship. Both cases are going to be in limbo. I would only file for citizenship if somebody has a clean 751, no problems, and then I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
In your
Mm-hmm.
case, don't do it.
So,
That's my
uh,
opinion.
yeah, but thank you for that. I'm skeptical filing that. But
Okay?
is this a good sign? Should I take it as a good sign for that they
Yeah,
reopened it?
I don't think it's a bad sign. I just think that you should keep doing what you're doing, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you
Okay.
for the advice. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So, like I said, don't file citizenship with a pending 751 unless the 751 is clear, right? Ozen is asking, what are your predictions for October bulletin for F4 category, especially as end of fiscal year? So I think it's not going to move any further. As I said, today they announced that EB1, they're not going to be approving green cards. They don't have enough visas. It's going to continue with all other categories because at the end of the year, we have a lot of issues. We have too many visas that are being filed, and we don't have enough of these visas. So that's why. So I think F4 will take probably several months into the new fiscal year before you're going to see any movement there. That's my prediction. Um, let's see. Okay, perfect. So any questions you have here on YouTube, let me know. On Instagram, we have let's see, we have um Khaled and Mama Ares. Good evening. My green card progress went from 3 months to 17 months just last month. Is this accurate? It could be. It depends on your category. I'm a U.S. citizen. Do I need to carry my passport? I think you should, especially with the new. If you're in California, with the new ruling that they came out with today, where they can actually arrest you because you have an accent. So I could be arrested because I have an accent, color of your skin, um, ethnicity. So if you're a citizen, I would definitely think you should carry your passport. How long does it take for a child under 10 to get approved for a 45? And about 9 months. Uh, I'm in a state of asylum for nearly 15 years. Um, there was an anonymous inquiry. I mean, depends, but 15 years is too long. Um, is it possible for an O1 visa from India and prepare all the documents and proof of excellence? Absolutely. You can do O1 for hospitality. We do a lot of O1 for chefs. So Akash, just send me a DM on Instagram, please. Do you help clients in all 50 states? Yes, I can help clients in all 50 states. Because immigration is federal, all you have to do, Akash and Cindy, is go to you know the number that I put here on the screen. Use that number, and also, and those of you guys on Instagram and sorry on TikTok, use the number in my bio or use the form that I just pinned here. Um, use that form that I just pinned here, and um, put your information there, and then we'll contact you, or use the number in my bio. I'll get you guys the next one that is waiting. But yeah, every day there's brand new news. Friday we had no bond for undocumented immigrants. Today we have they can go back and arrest people for the color of their skin. We have new enforcement rule. Immigration officers can also deport people now. And then the last bad news is that EB1, you can't file, you can't get approved. Um, yeah. What are your predictions for F2A? F2A will be having a nice movement in early 2025 fiscal year, starting from November, for sure. Okay, let's see. Who is waiting in line? We have a lot of people waiting. I'll do my best to take as many of you as I can in the order that you receive. But in the meantime, I want to see those hearts on the screen. Please share the live so more people can come and join us. Any of you watching it, share the live and follow me as well. Joanne, where are you from and what is your question?
Hi, yes. I'm in Florida. My husband is a citizen of Mexico,
Okay.
and he came here when he was 14. He's now 37. We've been together since 2012, and we have been married for 2 years.
Okay.
This morning, he got pulled over on his way to work,
Okay.
and we arrested him for no valid driver's license. But they said once he goes to first appearance in the morning after we pay his fine, he has a 48-hour immigration hold.
Okay.
So he said in the state of Florida, with everything that's going on, immigration is most likely certain going to pick him up.
Absolutely.
I want to know, what can I do to help him? So we did a FOIA and he come back clean and clear. Should I file a expedited I-130?
Okay, so
Would that help him in any way?
well, yes. I mean, it's not going to be an immediate thing, but what we need to do is immediately file the I-130, and then if he does have an ICE hold, we need to because the whole point is negotiating with the ICE agents, the ICE officer if he's detained. Like I said, right now we have a few people that are being detained right now. They're in immigration hold in different facilities across the country. We're trying to reach to their deportation officers and start negotiating with them because they have a lot of power. So we can ask for a bond to release the person because he's married and he has an I-130 pending. So in your case, we need to get this I-130 filed as soon as possible and try to expedite it, because by the time he will have a court appearance, if he's booked, because right now he's not booked, but once ICE put a hold on him, they'll detain him. And then it's either he'll be released on a bond or he's going to have his first appearance. And at that hearing, we want to make sure we tell the court, hey, we have an I-130, can we dismiss this case because we want to proceed with the immigration, or we can continue with the adjustment in court. You know what I mean? So there are many things we can do. It depends on the circumstances or where he's arrested. Okay. Yeah. So I think in your case, because it's a sensitive matter and, I don't want you to expose too much information, please send me a text, use the number in my bio, mention that you're Joanne from the live, and we'll help you with the expedited I-130. I'll try to expedite it because of the situation of detention if he'll get detained. And then if he ends up in removal, then we can use that leverage to try to to work with the court to get his case. He doesn't have a criminal record, correct?
No, only no driver's license. Maybe a couple of years ago, I well, no driver's license,
Okay.
but he did his probation and
No, that's fine. As long as he doesn't have a criminal record, in the sense, no DUIs, no theft, no fraud, no stuff like that, no domestic violence. Those cases we can negotiate with ICE and with the court. Anybody that has a criminal record, I tell them from the start, you can pay me as much money as you want. The chances of me helping you are going to be very difficult. It's not impossible, but I want to be realistic with the clients to realize that people who come to me with, prior drug offenses, prior, theft, domestic violence and all kinds of stuff. I'm being very honest, saying that right now it's hard to help. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's good to be realistic because some people are paying all these attorneys and they think that they're going to be able to do stuff, but they can't. And it's very important to tell the client that up front, because then we are a team. We know what we're dealing with. In your husband's case, I'm pretty optimistic that he'll have options, but we need to act fast on that. Okay? So just send me a text and we'll work on that.
okay, thank you.
Thanks, Joanne, of course. So remember, guys, people are getting detained everywhere, right? More and more, especially after the court order today in California. You're going to see more people being picked up, more people being, um, people being detained, and I think that I think it's important to understand what are your rights, what can you do, what happens if somebody's actually getting detained, right? What can we do with ICE and immigration? And again, watching from Morocco about F4, as I mentioned, Zaira, it is going to take some time. Please tell us about EB3 process delays and the whole situation. Well, the problem with EB3 is that we have a backlog. And we also have an overall delay in processing of PERMs, which is the labor certification. So EB3 is delayed in two ways: one on the Labor Department side, and second on the visa side, right? Hopefully those things will be resolved next year, after October when the fiscal year opens, but don't keep your hopes too high for EB3. It is still going to be a slow journey all the way through 2026. So anyway, if you want to join on YouTube, the link to join is here. I'm going to post it here. And then you can do that. If you want to join here on TikTok, I will take you guys. Let's see here. I'm trying to get you in the order that I see you. Can someone with an F2 be able to file for asylum? Yes, of course. As long as you have status here, you can. What are the chances my friend wife came across the board, was sent back and came back 8 years later? They don't have much chances. If you entered and they deported you, then you don't have chances. Not with this administration, unfortunately. Humaira,
Yes.
hi, this is Jacob. Where are you from and what is your question?
So I'm from Pakistan and I did I-130 for my husband. He's
Okay.
back home in Pakistan.
Okay.
I did it it's been 40 months.
Okay.
I'm green card.
Okay.
So in August, no, 4th of July, they sent me a biometrics for as a petitioner.
Okay.
So I went in on August 15 and I did my biometrics. And now I'm again.
Okay. So remember that first of all, two things. Pakistan is a very overworked embassy, and second of all, F2A. So your visas are current right now, right? You're current with your processing.
So yeah, it is current, but my I-130, I haven't got the approval yet.
Okay, so here's the issue. Your approval should have been already issued. There's no reason why they would take forever. You're outside processing times. You know that, right?
Right. So it was showing me when I was going on the USCIS website. It says you're like overtime, so you can send your request.
Honestly, what I would do if I were you, Hamira, I would just file a mandamus. The request is going to do nothing. The only thing they understand right now is a mandamus where we sue them to force them to give an approval because this is unreasonable what they've done to you.
Yeah, it's been 40 months.
So I would, if you want, I think mandamus will work well for your case because it takes 60 days to get an approval once you file a mandamus. You understand? So if you want to discuss it in private, please send me a text. My number is in my bio. We can talk about it. But I've done this for many people. And okay, you have to have an unreasonable delay like you have. Not anybody can just file it. I have people just send me, oh, I would like to file. I don't want to wait more than 6 months. Well, unfortunately, there are people waiting 3 years. Okay, so you at this point you're eligible for mandamus, and it works. If we file the mandamus, you'll be released in 2 months. I'm in California, but it doesn't matter where I am. We file it all over the country.
My case is also in California.
That's fine, but I work with clients in all 50 states.
Oh,
But just send me a text. Just please remind me that you're Umira from Pakistan with the 40 months case, and I'll remember, and then we will jump on it right away.
okay, can you link your the form one more time so I can go ahead and
I'll link the form, but the quickest way also is the number in my bio. But you can use the form as well, of course. But if you want a quick response, fill the form, but also go to send me a text, so somebody will help you now. Okay. But anybody can use the form because we also send you special gifts. We draw free consultations, and anybody who's sending us text messages will be eligible for this as well. Because anybody who's watching live is having this phone number, and that's the only way you have access to me and to our to our special offers. Thanks, Omera. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry, Omera. I'm just doing one question per person because I have so many people waiting. But once you text me, you can ask me the rest of the question. I apologize for that. It's just that there's so many people that are waiting. Mursal, you're next. I just want to post the number here. And then Islamabad Embassy. Peter, how can I call your live? So the best way to do it, Peter, is I'm putting a link here, and the link is right here. And then you just click on the link and join the live. You can ask your questions. Oops, I put it here. You can ask so go to the link right here. And also, guys, if you're watching this on TikTok, in the link in my bio, there's a free guide for green card holders who are traveling. The tips in the guide are helpful for any person on a visa, how to avoid being detained at the port of entry. It's a 60-page guide. And for the people who are on the live, I'll link the guide here so you can download it for free. But anyone who's watching this on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, the link is it's a simple link, askmyimmigrationlawyer.com/. If you're watching this on TikTok, the guide is linked in the bio. And many people downloaded it, and they said there were some issues with getting the ebook. The issues were resolved today, I believe. But if you still have issues, just send me a text, and I will send you the guide via email. But you should be able to download it from the link. But it's very helpful, 60 pages, pure gold information about how to travel back and forth without being detained. Peter, where are you from, and what is your question?
Hi, good night. I've been watching your program for like a year now. I'm
All
from
right,
Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut. So
nice.
I have a question for you.
Peter, do you know that we have an office in Connecticut?
No, I didn't know.
We have it. It's in Hartford.
Oh my Lord, I didn't know. I'm from Jamaica. So my question is, I have my interview tomorrow, and I really didn't want to talk to you the other day when I was at work. I text you and tell you that I have a I-751 and an N400.
So you have
So
an interview together, and you're going by.
yes,
You're gonna go by yourself, right?
no, me and my wife is going. My
Okay,
wife
you're
take
married. Okay.
So we put the thing together. I use a lawyer. We put the thing together, and I'm not on the electricity bill.
Okay.
because she already lived here before we get married in 2021. So my
Okay.
lawyer was trying to get me on the electricity bill, but when me and my wife called like 3 years ago to add to the light, they said they can't add me to the light. They only can add one person to the light.
Okay.
That's what Eversource tell us. So I'm on the internet bill. I pay for the internet. She pay for the light. I pay for the rent. I'm on the lease. We have joint account. We got credit cards together. We got medical together. We got insurance together.
Okay.
So we got all of that with everything like that. I already submit them, but we get new bank statement and all of that, and I got my 3 year tax
Okay.
together. So I wonder if I was so nervous from yesterday. I can't hear movie. I want to know if everything that we submit, if this is enough. But my sister called me and said, no, that's enough because you already have everything together.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean, from the sound of what you told me, you have, the bills, you have enough documents to show that you guys are together.
yes,
Um, so I think, at this point, it's going to be what you say at the interview, because in terms of evidence, you probably have enough. The next
yes.
step is they'll be asking you questions. They'll be like, oh, what are you, what, how do you, are you living together? What do you guys continue to do? I think they know very fast if somebody is for real, and you seem like you're for real with your wife. So I don't think you're gonna have any problems.
But I know you said one question. I have my son in Jamaica, so I'm married before. My wife was married before, so we have the divorce degree. We got everything. So I have those together too. But my wife filed for my son from I think it was last year, somewhere. I don't remember if it's last year or in March, somewhere around there. This year in
Okay.
March. So she was asking me when I become a citizen. I'm not a citizen. Hope to God tomorrow I will pass that exam and then I get to swear in. But
Okay.
she said, "Is Romeo gonna be removed or are he gonna come quicker?" So I'm gonna ask my lawyer that after tomorrow. But I didn't know you have a law a office in. We were searching for lawyer, and then I
Yeah, yeah,
didn't.
yeah. Absolutely. Well, your son, he was included in your 751, right?
I think yeah. We
Yeah.
when I was just doing my I-130, we include his name, but we never filed for him at that time. The lawyer said, "Oh, let me do yours first, and then we can do Romeo's afterward."
Okay. Because you need to go back and check. I don't know exactly what was filed, so I can't really tell you. But if everything was filed correctly and your son was mentioned properly, you should be able to also get him with the 751. You don't need to file extra for him. But if he wasn't
Oh,
done properly earlier, then you might.
yes.
That's a question for that lawyer, because I don't know how he did it. It depends on how it's done. You
Yeah,
understand?
she get me so mad last week. Like, oh, we need more evidence. The more evidence, the better. I said, I provide enough evidence because how can I go on a light that the people not even allowing me to go on the light? She want me to put my wife supposed to go on, she's on the internet, but it's only my name showing up on the bill.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Well,
just a cook.
remember, the way I see it, it's not just about one or two pieces of information, right? It's the
Yes.
overall picture. Is this documents you present to me? Is this a legitimate couple, right?
Yes.
You have enough stuff to prove that you are.
My
Right?
wife said you'll be fine. So
You'll be fine.
I just
You'll be
it's just I feel so nervous, right? I'm not a nervous man,
Yeah.
but
Just just
um
just make sure that you also bring some documents to prove that you have never done any violations. Your
no,
personal
I never break the law. I
perfect.
never get a ticket,
Okay.
cited, arrested. I never do none of that. My record is so clean. So I'm only a church person. I'm a church guy, so that's
That's
it.
perfect. Bring a letter from the church for the
I
interview.
didn't get it because the pastor wasn't here. I didn't go and get that later.
Get a letter
But
from anyone in the church. A
But
friend.
I get letter from my friends, from my job,
Okay.
and my wife get letters from her job that I am is what you call it, like if anything happen, emergency contact. I got one from my job, I get one from my medical and all of that too. So
Then you're good. Then you're
yeah.
good.
All right,
All right, Peter,
thank you,
let me know.
man.
Come back next week and let me know how it went.
I will call you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless.
Yeah. So like I said, people are worried because those N400 interviews, citizenship are getting tougher. And so you guys are going to be prepared for it to be a tough interview. I'm going to be in New York next weekend. And next Monday, I have an interview for a client in New York, which had a little bit of issues, but I'll report from New York when I'm there. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. But anybody who is in New York, I'll happy to, I'm going to put this one. Does the EB1 annual limit impact people who have visa interviews already scheduled in September? No. The interviews are going to take place. If you have an interview happening in this month, even if there's no visas available, you're going to be okay. You can still go and you have to go. Um, all right, I'll take the next question in a minute. But we have a lot of people asking questions. What if you don't file taxes together? Will that impact you getting the citizenship? This is from Selena. No, not necessarily. It means it's a combination of things, right? So it's not just one thing, it's a combination of things. Um, will my removal of conditions, Bella is asking, if I don't have joint account with my husband? It's not. It's not going to get denied, but you have to show other things that you have in addition to that. Okay, so it's not just one account. If you have no accounts together, then it's a problem. But maybe you have other things together. Mursal, thanks for being patient. I try to get so many people are waiting to go today.
Thank you for me. My name is Aiden. I'm from Seattle. I have a quick question on info hardware. I just came through the mail in the last almost 3 years. So I should wait about 3 years to submit my 400, or I should submit my application before 90 days.
So you're still married to the lady, right? Yeah. Then you're fine. You wait 2 years and 9 months. You can apply 90 days before.
Not this far, right?
Correct.
So can I submit my application before I renew my passport and wait until I get my interview, fix my passport, then
Correct. You should have a valid passport before. You can submit the application and get a passport later. Okay. But make sure you have it for the application. I can't hear you, Morsal.
the new passport.
Yes, absolutely. You can and you should. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's see here. So that's a good valid point. Uh, Borshel says people are worried for a reason, but they have to figure out that it's totally totality of the evidence and no one is perfect. So not even immigration officer are expected for you to be perfect. I agree. It's really about the total thing. They're not stupid, right? If you have a bunch of bills with both names and you bring them a bank account that has no activity, they're not going to approve you, even if both names are on it. Like I had a case a few years ago where somebody came to me and is like, "Oh, can you help us prepare for the interview?" And I'm like, "Okay, so show me all the documents you collected." And he has all the bills, he has an account and all the right things, right? And I'm like, "Well, where's your bank account?" And oh, thanks, Cody, I appreciate it. Where's your bank account? And I'm looking at the bank account and there's no activity. And I'm like, they're gonna know that you just brought these documents for show because you guys are not really commingling anything. You know what I mean? So they're not stupid, you know. Thanks, Cortez. I appreciate it. Um, there we go. Cortez,
Hey, sir, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. And what is your where are you from?
Uh, from Sacramento, California,
Okay.
and I have a question regarding SIJs. So I actually have SIJ, but actually being in the visa backlog.
Okay.
But I have a question. So in INA, it says special immigrant juveniles are deemed to be paroled for the purpose of subsection A of 245. And I want to ask you, can I use that statute in argument to adjust my status with the citizen? It's a, like a new argument some people are trying to make. Do you think that I was short or no? Because statute says it's being paroled for subsection A, not for just like city-based adjustment of status.
I've heard people do that. The problem is that immigration in that field, there's no clear, precise law on it, right? So the ones that tried it, some of them they were able to do it, but what if you're not going to be able to do it and your case is denied? So my concern is that if your case is denied, are you gonna just keep staying on your SIJS status?
I'm not sure, but yeah,
I mean, they potentially could, but do you want to take that risk? I mean, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I think if I were you, I would wait to try that. Because maybe in a few months they're gonna come down a little bit. Right now it's a lot of pushback to deport people, to arrest people, US citizenship. So I would be careful. Correct. It could be. And I've seen people who did that. Okay, of course. I think I see the questions on Instagram as well. But if I don't get to your questions right now, on Instagram, you can send me a DM. It's the only place we accept DMs. Do you have an office in North Florida? No, we don't, but we have an office in Connecticut. And we can help clients in all 50 states. My spouse just received a criminal charge from Canada. I sponsored him for immigration. He's still processing for I-130. Will he be denied? He won't be denied, but he'll definitely be put on processing because Canada shares information with the US. Asylum dismissed, family petition through a US citizen child. I have a legal entry. I was called for an interview with UCIS. Do I have anything to worry about? I don't think so. It doesn't look like you have any issues here. But remember, immigration officers have a lot of discretion now, and so they can do a lot of things. That's the problem. Gara says, I have a citizenship interview in 2 weeks, and I have a DUI in the past, very old. What do you think? I would be very prepared for this interview. I wouldn't just go to the interview. So, okay, guys, there's a new thing happening right now with citizenship, the good moral character, right? So any conviction from the past immediately create the presumption that you're a person of bad moral character. So in your case, Gara, what I would do is prepare a full legal brief in addition to your form, where it shows that you're a good person, you haven't had any issues, letters from friends and family, the lawyer's statement about the law. Like I prepare clients full-blown N400 interviews with these packages because we don't want to, we don't want to take a risk. So please send me a text so I can guide you in this process and help you with this information. Also, you guys are watching on TikTok, use my text number in the bio, and I'm gonna pin the form here, and you guys can use that form to get in touch with me. But also, you can use the phone number in my bio and download the guide as well. And do it from the live. If you want to text me from the live, you will get an answer while we are in the live. This is the best way to get in touch with me. Let me see here. People are wishing good luck to Peter. Peter, good luck tomorrow. Let's hopefully that you will come back for next week for the show and you won't be arrested. How long do you have to submit documents to the NVC? I wouldn't wait beyond 6 months if I were you guys. Don't delay. Brother is deaf, wife from Nigeria, and they both got the divorce because she's trying to steal his information. What can he do? Well, if he's the immigrant, then he has options. But it's unclear to me who is the immigrant here. All right, so let's see. Mother-in-law in the US for 4 months on a B2 visa. Can she come back again and extend her stay. This is from Angelina. Remember, guys, if you come on a tourist visa, you have 6 months in the fiscal year. She already used 4. She can leave for like a few weeks and come back, but she won't be able to stay beyond those 2 months. That's going to be considered immigration fraud on their side. Let's see here. We've got Elon. Elon,
Hello, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Where are you from? And what is your question?
My question is like if you got considered the case for additional evidence, what does it mean?
So you got a request for evidence, extra evidence. Your cases were at immigration or at the U.S. Embassy? USCIS. Okay, so what does it mean to have a request for evidence at USCIS? What that means is that they need more information about your case. They need to understand, more information before they make a decision. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Request for evidence means that the officer is confused about certain things and he needs more guidance from you to help. What is the what's the request about in your case?
Not a bad thing.
What is it?
It's not a bad thing, right?
No, it's not a bad thing. Of course not. It means that they want to approve your case, but they need more information. But it's important to answer it properly.
All right. No
Okay. And if you need help, send me a text, Elon.
problem. Sorry.
All right. Perfect. Because remember, guys, requests for evidence are not always a bad thing, right? It means that the officers has information. We are getting prayers for Peter. Peter, you have a good audience here. We guys, I like that, people help each other in the comments. They answer questions, and just remember, guys, be careful who you take advice from, obviously, but I think most people are positive and provide good vibes to everybody else here, and I'm happy about that. What if you can't find somebody for affidavit of support? What do? You have a green card, you're trying to apply for a green card, but you don't make enough money. What can you do if you don't? If you don't, there are alternatives. We can use assets. We can use a combination of the person. If the person has a work permit, we can use their income. If you don't have assets, the other person is not allowed to work, then you're going to need to find somebody. There's no choice because your case will be denied. Yeah. It is how it is. We have, okay, here, we got D here. What's your name?
Hi. So I have a question.
What is
So
your name?
for an N400 interview, I have a request
Okay.
for selective service registration to prove selective service registration.
Okay.
But I'm 35 now.
Okay. Where were you between the age of 18 and 26?
In my country, I was not in United States.
That's all you need. You need a statement to say, I wasn't here. I'm exempt from this requirement, because you have an age limit for that.
Okay, so where to get this statement?
You go on the online of the Selective Service, and there's a section there where you can fill the form, and it says not needed, and you print it out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck. You can get that from the Selective Service website to show that you didn't need to. Yeah. What if you got deported in 2003, came back in 2013? Then you're done, essentially, at least for now. Do you think the processing times will increase more than now in the next 3 years? Of course, overall. I do believe so. That's what I'm saying. Anyone who wants to get ahead of their case should file immigration files now. Citizenship, green card, work visas. You have a window of 8 months. The reason I'm saying 8 months is because in 8 months, they will catch up on their backlog, and you're going to start seeing an almost double processing times for a lot of these cases. So now is a very good window. We have a window of like 6 months to file citizenship, green card based on marriage, all kind of cases. Okay. And you guys are going to keep doing that. Um, let's see. Hanson, my husband and I, we didn't file taxes jointly for 1 year. Would that be a problem? No, because you guys have other stuff. You know what I'm saying, for your citizenship. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. VAWA as well, absolutely. All immigration cases you need to file now if you're eligible. Don't wait. Hanson, Hanson,
So,
can you hear me? Hanson.
So, like I said, me and Barry and I'm gonna be together. We deliver 20 bucks, she said. So,
All right. Well, he requested to go to my live, but he was in somebody else's live. VAWA as well. Um, thanks, Noah. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. So again, Shelly and Barry, I yeah, I can help in Arizona and I can help in Florida because it's a federal law, which means I can help in all 50 states. So I know you're asking that. The thing you need to do is use the form that is linked to get in touch, or exactly that form, or the phone number in the screen. You can use that phone number. Thank you so much. I appreciate the hearts. The phone number you can text me now from the live right now and say, hey, I want to work with you, and I will respond to you fast. Okay, so thanks, Nuha. Is VAWA case expensive? No, they're not very expensive. Can you talk about asylum interviews? Asylum interviews are taking forever, over 7 months in most cases. Even if interviews go well, will the visa be approved only next month? Correct. So if you are EB1 and you have an interview in September, you attend it, but you're not going to get approved until next month. Okay. Do I apply for my mom, which tourist visa expires September and her 90 days is on September 15? I would apply for her obviously before the 90 days expire, for sure. I mean, I see what you mean. You do it before the 90 days, before the visa expires. Okay. All right. If my husband is in a detention center, came with inspection, is there any hope? I see no bonds now. If he came with inspection, then he might be eligible for a bond. Remember, guys, the people who are not going to get bonds are the ones that entered without inspection. Okay? They came without authorization, and those people are not going to be eligible for a bond. But if you came with inspection, it doesn't mean you will get a bond, but at least we have the option to ask for one. That's what I'm trying to say, that it's very devastating because the prisons are going to be full of people and they're doing this for money because they get paid. Is there any way I can apply for adjustment of status? This is from Eddie. Yeah, absolutely. If you qualify, absolutely. You know, if you qualify, you are eligible to file for adjustment. Do you think it's okay to travel? We just got our residency. If you don't have any criminal record, then you can travel for sure. For example, criminal charges of domestic violence against spouse who filed it, that would be a problem, I assume. Yes, any domestic violence is a problem, and I wouldn't recommend to travel. It is what it is. They don't like domestic violence. Anybody who's watching this right now on TikTok, please share the live right now. Use the contact form at the bottom that I linked to send me a message, and use the phone number in my bio. But the thing is, if you go to my bio, there's a free download. There's a guide to travel on a green card or any other visa if you want to come back after long travel. The guide is for free. It's linked in my bio on TikTok. And for you guys who are watching this on um, YouTube, I the guide is on the screen now. So you can download it. The guide is right here, and you can take it, and it's going to be you know it's going to be helpful. And then we have Michael.
Hi,
Michael,
hi
where
Jacob.
you
How are you?
where are you from, and what is your question?
From Korea, South Korea originally, and my question is, well, first of all, thank you for what you do, Jacob. And
Thank you.
you just mentioned that if we have a potential immigration case, we shouldn't wait, but just to file it. Why would you say that?
I said that because in the next 8 months, they are going to start catching up on backlogs, which means that in a year from now, you're going to see a backlog that started now, right? If you file now, most cases will be adjudicated within a year. So the chances of you falling into the backlogs are going to be reduced if you start early. Of course, not everybody can start early. You have to be eligible. But if you're eligible, I would say start early now.
I see. So if the case is not that strong, then there's the risk of raising my hand and getting caught. For example, if
Right.
I'm overstaying my visa.
Correct. Ideally, you don't want to overstay a visa. What I'm saying is that if anyone is eligible to file, they should do it now because now is a good time to process cases. Whether versus a year from now, we might be facing a backlog. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which those backlogs are crazy.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense then. What's the how long would it take to process a VAWA application now?
Um, well, I mean, VAWA is a little bit different because VAWA it's a lengthier process, right? But still, it's better to be in the early stages of the pipeline versus being in the later stages of the pipeline. VAWA is taking a long time. We don't know if it's going to continue like that. Maybe they'll find a way to make it faster. But right now, it's really slow, and there is
I
as a
see.
result, yeah, that's why we tell people to to take their time.
Hmm.
To we take people to file when they're eligible.
Right, right. Eligibility is important.
Yes.
I also wanted to ask you, Jacob, um, this is like a hypothetical question. Let's say a few years later after my divorce, I haven't filed VAWA yet, but I met someone a few years later, and then I'm remarried to a US citizen who wants to sponsor me to stay in the US. And which path is safer, is more legit? Filing a VAWA, which is not 100%, or letting my new US spouse file the case?
Um, well, I mean, it depends, right? I mean, if you're in a good relationship with your spouse and you guys will continue towards building a life together and all that, then those cases are faster and better, right?
Hmm.
But you don't want to file a case just because it's faster. You want to make sure
Hmm.
you're really with that person. You want to make sure that you will be able to pass an interview together. Thanks, Chadil. Appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So think
100%.
about that. But if you're asking
Hmm.
me between those cases, which ones are faster? Obviously, the marriage is
Hmm. But also, at the same time, I would risk being caught because I don't have anything pending right now at the USCIS. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
And if I do have a VAWA case, then
Yeah, if you have the VAWA, you can always file the other new case as needed, when needed. Do you know what I mean?
right, right, right. Is there a best time to file it? I heard it's within 2 years of divorce.
You mean the VAWA?
Yeah, should I do it as soon as possible, or should I just wait
No,
just to buy
if
myself some
you
time?
if you have the eligibility, you should do it. I don't think that you shouldn't. Thanks, Shah. I appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you are eligible, you should do it.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay?
Jacob. Appreciate it.
Definitely. Uh, let me get Shah. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. What is movement F2A category in October? Well, we don't have the October bulletin yet, so it's hard to say. I don't think it's going to be a big movement. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Where are you from? Okay.
So do you have any expectation in October 26 is what
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be current, but I can tell you that we'll have more info about it once the bulletin comes out in October, right? Because that's when the new year starts.
okay, so do you think we can file? I've already filed.
The date of filing, I believe it will be probably maybe after a few months that the fiscal year will start, you're going to see more movement towards it becoming current. Okay, of course. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thanks, guys. Make sure you follow me for my account. And yeah, let's see. Got some good questions here. Can this detaining based on accent, skin color be overturned by Supreme Court, just like citizenship birth was? Yes. I'm sure that they're going to file, another claim and all that to try to fight it. But the fact that they even authorized it is crazy to me, to be honest with you. If you do spousal abuse, do they have to get a divorce? They are scared. No, you don't have to get a divorce. I got married in 2014. I went back to Mexico. How can I get him back to the US? You got to start with I-130, and there's a whole process for it that we have to follow. You're going to need a waiver for your husband, Miss Serrano. So just send me a message, send me a text. The number is right here. And then we'll go from there. I need help with my pending VAWA. My previous lawyer robbed me and stopped assisting my case. This is from San Mugetti. So, San, listen, please send me a text right now. I will try my best to help you. Okay. Send me a text, go to my bio and say, I'm the lady with the VAWA that had problems with my other lawyer, and I will help you. But you got to do it now. Brother, my update on religious retrogression will be fixed. I don't think it will be fixed anytime soon, probably all through mid 2026. So you have to find alternatives to the EB4. That's what I would do. Can you say anything good night on F1? F1 category is still behind. It will continue to be behind through the beginning of 2026, the new fiscal year, but you're going to see movements after the spring, which was the same also a little bit last year, if you remember. Adina says, can I visit Mexico even if I got deported 15 years ago, but now I'm a US citizen? Of course. A US citizen, you can go anywhere. It doesn't matter if you are undocumented at some point. As a US citizen, you can go anywhere. Thanks, Guri. Appreciate it. My cousin came without inspection, is on admin close, has TPS. Now was to apply for adjustment. Are they running the risk of being denied, deported? I would be careful, and I would speak with a local attorney to make sure that we can actually help. That's what I would do. And you guys are on Instagram, you can send me a DM. All right. Anyway, for our YouTube audience, we will say goodbye to you right now. Because it's been over an hour here on YouTube. So we need to take a break here. So thanks, guys, for watching the video. We talked about the Supreme Court's aggressive immigration raids, letting ICE stop pretty much anybody based on their color of skin and their accent. We'll see what happens from there. In the meantime, guys, stay safe. We have 2 videos coming out this week. We have one that talks about the new USCIS rules that have changed with respect to the power of the officer. And the other one is about the EB1 unavailability, what to do, how to plan it, all good stuff. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all. I'll see you next Monday. And I'll be in New York. So it's going to be a live from New York, SNL style, next Monday.